Like if you trace the origin of Asante, Asante is not a tribe. Asante is a union of tribes that came together to form a nation some years back.
So which people were here?
The my people were also at the Asante Maso. They fought and they drove the Doma people to Abisim, to Wampem, then they settled at Doma Inko. That is why sometimes the Doma people will say they are a DNA PSA. On Friday, everybody was in a state of expectancy. They met, Okofanacho performed, and that object descended and landed on the laps of his friend. So
what object is that?
It was the gold stool.
Sikeja Kofi. That's why it's called Sikeja Kofi, because it was on Friday.
Good. So Okofanacho never brought the stool. He was just a medium by which the gods used him.
Today, we are going to really deep dive into the history of the Asante. So now the first question I want to ask is that the Asante seems to be, it's not even it seems to be, it's one of the biggest kingdoms in Africa, in the world, in Ghana, and it's also one of the stable kingdoms. If you can, I'm just trying to think, why does it seem to be so stable?
Yes, they say life is a process. Asante started as a small city-state. Very humble beginning, was under a powerful kingdom called Denchira in the central region. These small groups, which paid homage to Denchira people, for some time became fed up because of the arrogance, the oppression, the maltreatment of this kingdom. So these small states decided that it's better you come together, then we fight for our independence, because it has been long since we remain vassalage to the Ja kingdom.
Okay.
So Asante started with a strong belief that once we come together, there's nothing that we can't achieve in life. So all of them agreed, and they formed a nation which has remained formidable till now because of the understanding, because of the sacrifices that they made, because they made it their mind to make sure that the confederacy worked to the end.
Okay, so I want to find out, during the time of Denchira, like where you were paying homage to Denchira, was this your land?
Yes, Asante started, like if you trace the origin of Asante, Asante is not a tribe. Asante is a union of tribes that came together to form a nation some years back.
Okay.
And if you trace the origin, Asante came all the way from the Canaan area. Canaan. In the Mesopotamia.
Canaan in Israel.
Yes, Israel.
That's where Asante came
yes,
from.
I will explain. Okay. Then they moved to Abyssinia, which is now Ethiopia.
Okay.
Then they come to the Songhai Empire, the Mali. If you have read about Mansa Musa,
yes,
was very rich in gold,
yes,
the whole of Africa. And the kingdom collapsed. Some of the remnants moved northwest, moved to Techiman area. Then they settled at Asante Maso. Asante Maso is now the Kukufu Asumenya area.
Okay.
It was that area after the collapse of Asante Maso. Now we got Asumeja. There was a river that those who remained there moved to that area. So Asumeja, and others also continued and moved to Adanse. And finally they settled at Kwaman, now Kumasi.
Okay. So those who settled in Kumasi, formerly Kwaman,
yeah,
they were paying homage to the Denchira people.
So what happened was that they never settled at a vacant area. They came, met some people who were already living in this area.
Okay.
So the Ayoko people, they moved from Kokofu, Adanse. Then they realized that this place is a fertile area for settlement.
Okay.
So
the Ayoko people, were they also Asantes?
there are Ayoko, initially the Ayoko people who formed Asante. The later one, other tribes also
Came
joined.
to join. Okay.
So if you look at the migration, you see that the Ayoko, the Kokofu people who moved, and because after the collapse of Asante Manso, they needed a suitable place to settle. So one of the Ayoko ladies or woman was a trader, was a businesswoman who recommended this area for his brother Kwabia Memfi, and also Kwabia Memfi.
Okay.
And they are all Ayokos. You know, sometimes when you are tracing the kings of Asante, they begin from Kwabia Memfi, Chumuni Entry.
Chumuni entry.
Chumuni Entry.
Is it Chum or Chim?
Chum, like your name.
Like my name. Okay.
Yeah, Chum ni Entry.
That could be my great
Yeah.
grandfather.
Chum and Entry.
Okay.
Kwabia Memfi, Oti Akenten, Obri Yeboah.
Okay.
They finally was 82.
Okay.
So they were all Ayoko people. So when they settled at this place, because this place was ruled by the Dencha people, automatically they have become part of the kingdom.
Okay.
So he had no choice but to pay homage to Dencha.
To the Dencha people.
So
I now understand. No, I was just
they continued life and started building alliances with those who were already here.
Okay.
So they realized that the oppression, the maltreatment, and the arrogancy of Denchra was too much for them.
Okay.
So Obri Yeboah had a dream that the Nananom told him, if you are to free yourself from these people, then we need alliance. You have to work with others. And he was able to win the heart of those who were here. And so they started a loose confederacy.
Okay, so which people were here?
We have other tribes, the clans, Aduana people. You see, Aduana people, there was one, today's Doma people.
Doma. Okay.
Doma people were also at the Asante Manso.
Asante Manso.
So when Asante Manso collapsed, they moved to here. There was a place called Centreso. So when Obri Yeboah and his men came here, there was this skirmishes between them and Ayoko. So war erupted, and they fought and they drove the Doma people to Abisim, to Wampem, and then they settled at Doma Inko. That is why sometimes the Doma people will say they are Aduana PSA. They are the first Aduana people. Because over there, if you look at the Aduana, they are from Akwamu.
Okay.
They also settled at Asante Manso, and some of them came to Central. So the Ayoko people engaged them with war, and they moved finally to now Doma people.
Okay.
We had the Central, so we have other towns like Tafo was here, Tafo, Buokrum, industrial area, other places that the Ayoko people came to meet.
Okay.
So it wasn't like it was a fallow place, a virgin place. No, people had already settled before the Ayoko people came.
Okay.
So diplomacy, alliances, then they came together to fight for their independence. But Nana Obri Yeboah, in the course of coming together to form a nation, Nana Obri Yeboah passed on. Because Nana Obri Yeboah was chosen as their leader. The loose confederacy as a leader.
Okay.
So in the process, through this war with the Doma people, Obri Yeboah passed on. So there was a need for another leader to foment or to make the confederacy work. Whilst the Nchira was the kingdom, you could pick anybody as a page. You could pick anybody to service his court. So as a result, that one of the Asante's, the Ayoko people, or one person called Osekufi, was picked and was serving the court of Denjira in Tim Jakari's court.
Okay.
For before in Tim Jakari. So it was there that something happened that Osetutu had to run away from the court and settle at Akwamu.
What happened at the court?
At the court, some say there was like immorality, something, but it has to be authenticated. Like Osetutu had impregnated the daughter or the niece of the king.
Okay.
So it was sacrilegious for somebody to do that.
Okay.
So he had to move out. Over there too, he also met the famous Okonfanoche.
Okonfanoche
Was a principal priest to the king. So they became friends. And I've heard there was a sacrifice that needed to be made during their time. And they needed an albino to be sacrificed. And because Okonfanoche's mother was an albino, and fearing that the mother would be killed, he had to run away. Of course, I learned the mother was sacrificed and was not pleased with what happened. And he also had to flip back to where he came from, that is Akwamu.
Okay. So,
Ansasa Sreku, who was the Akwamu Hine, provided a cover for Osetutu. So, whilst there that they heard that Obriebo has passed on, so they needed somebody with the leadership skills to continue with the confederacy. So Osetutu and his friend Konfanoche agreed to accompany Osetutu to Kwaman. So when the two came, still the confederacy was without a leader. Without a leader. And Konfanoche, because of their experiences at the court of Denchira, they worked together to change things. So the advice was that the capital, Kwaman, there was the need to make the confederacy stronger. So what he did was that he also called a meeting of all the states who formed that loose confederacy.
Okay.
And also advise them, encourage them, they need to continue the confederacy. So he said that in order to give them the new identity, there was the need to choose a capital, to change the name Kwaman. So the name Kwaman was changed to Kumasi, and they needed a capital, and so they chose Kumasi as the capital. And still, Okonfanoche said that was not enough. There was the need for symbol of unity. So, which will always remind them of the confederacy.
Symbol of unity.
Symbol of unity.
Okay.
So the symbol of unity, nobody had any idea, but Okonfanoche said he would talk to the gods. So, and he asked them that each one should fast for a period for 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and on that day, the gods will speak. So on Friday, what is Friday, he asked all the confederacy leadership to meet at now Okonfanoche Teaching Hospital. It was a thick forest, virgin forest, and they were going to select a leader to lead. But it was not easy because all the constituent states were, each one of them was independent.
How many states were there at that time?
At that time, 8. Yeah.
8 states.
Yeah.
Can you name the 8 states?
That's what I'm saying. This was one of them. Tafo was one of them. Sintres, of course,
okay,
and Bokrom, and even Mampong. That time we had Offenso and other states also there. So these are the states that all the Akan states that were paying homage to Denchra. So they all agreed that on Friday we shall all meet at the place to choose a leader. But the condition was that the gods will speak, and whoever that object or the symbol of unity will land on his laps has been chosen as the head of the confederacy. And on Friday, everybody was in a state of expectancy. They met, Okofanacho performed, and that object descended and landed on the laps of his friend. Was it too? So
what object is that?
It was the gold stool.
Sikeja Kofi. That's why it's called Sikeja Kofi, because it was on Friday.
Good. The argument people has put it up with that because Kofanache and Kofi were friends, there was no way Kofanache could have given the stool or the leadership to another person, which I disagree with them. You know, our ancestors, before you are called an ancestor, it means that you might have led a good and exemplary life on this planet.
You
might have died a natural death. And you must be somebody with a good report. It's like going to heaven, the Christian's heaven. So nobody gets admission at the place with any lifestyle. So those who are at the Asamado or the ancestral world are people who have been tested, proven that they are
supposed to be at the Asamando. So if you are not proven to be there, where will it be?
You go to other place,
like
a place like the Christian will say was some gym. A place reserved for the bad people.
So how do the traditional people call it?
We call even those.
I liked in social studies that they have someone called Amochi at the
Amochi is the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper. The gatekeeper will make sure that before you enter, you get the right qualification. If not, you'll not be allowed to enter. Those people, their spirit don't get a place to settle. You call them Samantren. These Samantren spirits are spirits whose are people whose spirit did not get admission to the Asamado. Because of the bad nature they led their lives. So until the elders perform rituals, they continue to hunt, hover around, roaming about. So they don't actually get a place for them. So a place of torment. Unsettled. You will not get a place to settle. Like
those in Asaman.
Good. So these people, we see them as the top. So they are not discriminatory. They don't show any partiality. They regard everybody as human being. So there was no way Okofanache, being a human being, could manipulate them to let the stool sit on the lap of
his friend.
There was no way he could have, because Gofundme never brought the stool. He was just a medium by which the gods used him. So sometimes we portray Gofundme as the one who brought it. No, it was just a medium that the gods brought the gods to. So they could not manipulate. He could not manipulate the gods.
So what year was that?
The year was 1695.
1695.
That was when the 1695. During all this time, they were still under danger. So this 1695 was when they chose a leader. So the understanding was that whoever was privileged to get that object on his lap, all the other chiefs will swear the oath of office. Allegiance to him. From today going, you are our leader. So that was the understanding. So when that happened, all of them voluntarily swore the oath of allegiance to Asante.
Okay.
So that's when we had the first Asante
Asante in 1695.
95.
Okay.
So
by the name of the first Asante
Osei Tutu.
Osei Tutu.
They use his own name.
Okay.
That is his name, Osei Tutu.
Okay.
So Osei Tutu Opemso, that is the seat on the goat. Osei Tutu. And that was when they had a first. So the previous chiefs, we don't see them as Asante.
Okay.
We saw them as the leaders who led
different.
Okay.
Right.
So now we had a leader. Now we have the symbol of unity. And before even the gold stool descended, Ogofanoche asked them, those chiefs that represented their communities, that whenever they were coming, they were supposed to bring their stool.
Okay.
The black stools of each constituency. So all of them brought it. And when the gold stool descended at the exact spot, he dug a big hole and buried all the black stools.
Okay.
And covered it and planted a sword on it. Why did he bury or ask them to bring their black stools? You see, the black stools identifies or tells the history that this particular person has been on the throne before. So even if we don't remember the name of the person or your grandfather, when you go to the stoolroom, the fact of the stool tells the history that once upon a time, Kofi Menu was a chief.
Okay.
So that gives the family the audacity to claim that stool.
Okay.
So without the black stool, there's no way you can say my great-grandfather has been on the throne before. What shows?
Okay.
So in order to avoid
future
succession challenges, so that nobody will say that, oh, we were also once
or two. So they buried all
of them. So nobody has any history.
Okay.
That is the beginning of Asante.
Of Asante.
That is the beginning of Asante.
So before the beginning of Asante, they buried their history.
No, you're right.
They buried the
backstory, everything.
And then it's okay, let's bury it.
Yes.
Now we are starting the whole kingdom.
You're right.
So this is it. So whoever has not sat on this before, you can't claim that.
And there was also another understanding was that this new beginning, we are in the future, when the seat of the king becomes vacant, the succession will come from the Oyoko family.
The Oyoko family.
The Oyoko family in Kumasi.
Okay. Not the Oyoko family in Gofundme.
No, the Oyoko family in no, even though they are from Okokufu.
Okay.
But when the seat of Asante becomes vacant, Okokufu cannot contest.
Okay.
We are talking of those in Kumasi.
Okay.
So that was another condition.
Okay.
That is why when the seat of Asante becomes vacant, even though it was formed by different, the Ayoko, the Betio, the Asuna, the Asechi, the Rat, whatever, nobody from Asechi family or Oyoko family, Betio family can contest.
Okay.
Because that was the understanding.
Okay. And they all agreed then.
They all agreed.
And that is it.
That is it.